Apple is about to do something they have never done before. And if you're sitting on an iPhone 13, 14, or even a 15 Pro Max right now, what we are about to cover could save you from making a very expensive mistake, or convince you that this is the single best upgrade investment you can make in 2026. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be the most significant generational leap Apple has delivered in half a decade. And the starting price is expected to land around $1,299, with the highest storage configuration pushing close to $1,599. That is a premium investment. But here is the thing. The question is not whether the price is high. The question is whether what you get back is worth it. Let us start with what has actually changed, because the spec sheet alone does not tell the full story. The A19 Pro chip inside the iPhone 18 Pro Max is built on TSMC's next-generation 2nm process. That is a meaningful step forward from the 3nm 17 Pro and even from last year's A18 Pro. In early benchmark estimates, CPU performance is expected to climb roughly 20 to 25% over the A18 Pro generation. But raw numbers are not the part that should excite you. Here is what that actually means in real life. If you're a creator exporting a 4K ProRes video that currently takes your iPhone 15 Pro Max about 4 minutes to process, early projections suggest the A19 Pro brings that closer to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That is not a small improvement. That is a workflow transformation. For gamers, sustained GPU performance is expected to hit 40% above the A17 Pro generation, with thermal management improvements that prevent the throttling issues that plague some earlier models during long gaming sessions. And this is the part that almost nobody is talking about right now. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to introduce a dedicated neural processing unit architecture that operates completely independently from the main CPU and GPU cores. What that means practically is that Apple Intelligence features, on-device AI tasks, real-time translation, Siri inference, photo processing will run without touching your performance budget for other tasks. You will not feel your phone slow down when AI is working in the background. That is a first for any iPhone. Most buyers comparing spec sheets are going to miss exactly that detail. And it is arguably the most important thing about this phone for daily use. Now let us talk about the camera system, because this is where the investment argument gets very serious. The 18 Pro Max is expected to feature a new 48-megapixel periscope telephoto lens with a variable zoom range reaching up to 10x optical zoom. The current iPhone 16 Pro Max sits at 5x optical. Doubling that reach without a quality drop is a significant jump for anyone who photographs events, sports, wildlife, or travel. But the bigger camera story is the sensor itself. Leaked supply chain information points to a substantially larger main sensor, one that pulls in considerably more light than the current generation. In low-light photography, that sensor size difference is the single biggest determinant of image quality. Not megapixels, not AI processing, raw sensor size. Early comparisons suggest nighttime shots on the 18 Pro Max could rival what you currently need a dedicated mirrorless camera to achieve. Here is where things get very interesting for buyers currently on the fence between this and the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra or the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. The Galaxy S25 Ultra starts at $1,299 and delivers exceptional Android camera performance. The Pixel 9 Pro XL at $1,099 is arguably the smartest AI photography phone available right now on either platform. But here is the honest comparison that changes the decision. If you're already inside the Apple ecosystem, MacBook, iPad, AirPods, Apple Watch, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is not just a phone upgrade. It is an ecosystem investment that amplifies every other device you already own. The continuity features, universal clipboard, handoff, and now the deeper Apple Intelligence integration across all devices creates a productivity advantage that no Android phone, regardless of specs, can fully replicate for an Apple ecosystem user. If you're on Android and considering a switch, the performance case is legitimate. But you need to factor in the cost of leaving your existing ecosystem, not just the hardware price. Now let us address the display, because Apple appears to be making a move here that no one saw coming. Reports suggest the iPhone 18 Pro Max could introduce a new variable refresh rate panel that reaches 20 Hz at its lowest power state, down from 1 Hz on the current promotion display, combined with brightness improvements pushing peak HDR toward 3000 nits. This could be the best display ever shipped in a smartphone. Period. 4 video editors previewing color-graded footage, 4 photographers evaluating images. For anyone who spends hours daily looking at their phone, this display upgrade alone is meaningful. Most people upgrading right now from an iPhone 13 or 14 are making an understandable calculation. Their devices still work. The cameras are still decent, but they are leaving performance on the table every single day. Here is the math that makes the upgrade decision clear. If you're on an iPhone 13 Pro Max and upgrading to the 18 Pro Max at $1,299, you're looking at approximately $260 per year over a 5-year ownership cycle. That works out to roughly 71 cents per day for a device you will use dozens of times daily. Against the performance jump, the camera system, the AI capability, the display, the chip, that is not a hard calculation. For iPhone 15 Pro Max users, the decision is more nuanced. Your device is still excellent. The 15 Pro Max camera system is genuinely competitive. But if camera performance and AI features are central to how you use your phone, the 18 Pro Max represents a meaningful enough jump to justify the upgrade cost. Battery life is also expected to improve significantly. Leaks point to a larger cell combined with the efficiency gains from the 2nm chip, potentially pushing the 18 Pro Max to 30 to 35% longer real-world battery life than the 16 Pro Max. For professionals and travelers who currently carry battery packs as a daily habit, that is a real quality of life change. So here is the final verdict, broken down by who you actually are. If you're on an iPhone 13 or 14 in any configuration, buy. This is not even a close decision. The performance gap between your current device and the 18 Pro Max is enormous across every single category that matters. Camera, chip, display, AI, battery. All of it. This is the upgrade. If you're a creator or photographer on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, the improved sensor, the longer telephoto reach, and the dedicated neural chip make a genuinely strong upgrade case. If your camera is central to your work or your content, this is worth the investment. If you are a gamer on any device older than the iPhone 16, the sustained GPU performance and thermal improvements alone justify serious consideration. If you're on an iPhone 16 Pro Max, wait. Your device is excellent. The generational improvement from 16 to 18 Pro Max is real, but not dramatic enough to justify the immediate cost. Hold your position and see how the full release shapes up. Casual users on an iPhone 14 or 15 who primarily use their phone for calls, social media, and light photography. The standard iPhone 18 is likely all you need. Save the premium for features you will actually use. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be a legitimate flagship performance investment. The price is high, but the long-term ownership value, especially for professionals, creators, and Apple ecosystem users, makes the math work.